Welcome to this explainer. I am genuinely thrilled you're joining me today because, well, we are going to unpack something truly transformative. We're exploring Thomas Alethia's expansive guide, 12 Steps to a Good Life, to pinpoint a very specific biological hack for your mental tension. We're going to see how a remarkably simple shift in your physical body can immediately rewire your state of mind. It's fascinating, it is highly actionable, and we're just going to jump straight in. So take a quick second right now to actively notice your own mental tension. Really check in with yourself. Are you feeling trapped on a sort of mental autopilot, or weighed down by this persistent background hum of chronic anxiety? Are your shoulders tight? Is your jaw clenched right now? How fast are your thoughts actually racing? Most of us are just speeding through our days, completely locked into this low-grade stress response. We're going to address this overarching problem that literally almost every single one of us faces daily. Okay, let's dive into this because this feeling of tension and anxiety is absolutely not a new phenomenon, and it certainly isn't unique to you. As Henry David Thoreau famously wrote, the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. It's a pretty heavy thought, but honestly, a really accurate one. In the source material we're looking at today, Thomas Altheria refers to this exact phenomenon as the perennial struggle. It's that deep, enduring inner conflict, that quiet, persistent ache that just kind of runs through the background of human existence. So how does this perennial struggle actually show up in our day-to-day lives? Well, it usually manifests as endless, looping mental chatter. You know exactly what I mean, that voice in your head that never seems to take a break. It's shaped by our inherited unconscious beliefs, which are basically rules we picked up from childhood that severely distort our worldview. The book describes this beautifully as being stuck in a rigid box. Our own thoughts and unexamined beliefs create this suffocating mental box that distorts reality, generates chronic tension, and causes totally unnecessary misery. And the truly hard part about all of this, when you're inside that box, it feels like the only reality there is. Which brings us to an incredibly powerful insight. MMA fighter Melissa Crowden captures this perfectly when she says, no problem can be solved by the same consciousness that created it. Alethea uses this idea to emphasize a pretty harsh truth. We absolutely cannot simply think our way out of the thought box. Why? Because our thoughts are the very walls of the box. You literally can't outthink overthinking. To escape the anxiety and the constant mental chatter, we need to completely shift our state of consciousness. We essentially need to jump from one physical state of being to another. When we're stressed and stuck inside the box, our vision physically narrows. We enter a state of foveal vision and left brain dominance, which is characterized by anxiety, hyperfixation, and overthinking. We're zeroing in on the threat. To escape this, we have to do the exact opposite. We need to expand our focus. We have to move out of that narrow, threatening tunnel and step into a state of expanded awareness, mindfulness, and right brain serenity. But how do we actually make that leap? Well, the incredible insight hidden right in the source material is that mindfulness isn't just some nice philosophical theory. It is a physiological shift that you can physically trigger. We're transitioning away from the philosophy of the perennial struggle to a highly tangible biological solution. You don't just think yourself calm. You use your physical body to force your brain to calm down. Enter Hukalau. This is our primary actionable tool for this explainer. Hukalau is a highly specific Hawaiian peripheral vision technique used to rapidly dissolve mental tension and activate the right brain. It is an immediate biological hack. By simply changing how you use your eyes, you can fundamentally change the state of your mind. Let's actually try Hukalau right now so you can feel it working for yourself. First, stare at a single point right in front of you, maybe a specific spot on the wall or a single object. Lock your eyes onto it. Now, without moving your eyes, gradually expand your awareness to your side vision. Start noticing the absolute edges of your view. Notice the walls of the room around you, the ceiling, the floor, all while keeping your eyes pointed straight ahead. Just notice the mental tension start to dissolve. If you do this, if you really expand that peripheral vision, you will literally feel your mind quiet down almost instantly. So the crucial point is the fascinating science behind what you just felt. By expanding your visual field, Hukalau is physically activating your silent right brain. Your left brain is the hemisphere responsible for language, analysis, and all that endless, anxious mental chatter. By shifting your visual dominance outward to the periphery, Hukalau literally bypasses that mental chatter. You are giving your brain a direct physical command to switch modes. Think about staring narrowly at a tiny phone screen while reading a stressful email. That narrow foveal vision physically triggers mental chatter and tension. But expanding your awareness into peripheral vision activates the right brain and dissolves that tension on a biological level. Hakalao acts as an immediate hack to step out of the perennial struggle in real time. You don't need a 10-day meditation retreat. You literally just need to widen your gaze. Let's move to and see how this builds into an even larger framework. Hakalao is an absolutely amazing standalone hack, but it's actually part of a much broader toolkit for achieving what the author calls a good life. The book is absolutely packed with complementary techniques that work alongside this visual hack to keep you grounded. This awareness toolkit contains several rapid triggers to pull you out of your head. Beyond Hakalao, one of the most fascinating ones is simply relaxing your tongue. Aletheia explains that even silent thinking involves tiny micro-movements of your tongue. By consciously relaxing your jaw and gently letting your tongue rest against the roof of your mouth, you disengage the brain's language center and physically stop silent thinking. It is wild. The toolkit also includes 4-6 breathing and a process called RADAR, which stands for Reflect, Describe, Respond, to help manage those quick emotional reactions before they spiral out of control. Let's briefly zoom in on how that 4-6 breathing method pairs beautifully with Hakala. It's incredibly simple, right? You just inhale to a count of 4 and exhale slowly to a count of 6. That longer exhale engages your parasympathetic nervous system, naturally slowing your heart rate. Now imagine combining these. You use Hakala to expand your vision and quiet your left brain, while simultaneously using 4-6 breathing to settle your nervous system. You are physically anchoring yourself in the present moment through two completely different biological pathways. All of these tools summarize the core message represented perfectly by the old saying, when things change inside you, things change around you. If you want to transform how you interact with the world, if you want to finally escape that suffocating box of anxiety, you have to start by shifting your internal biological state. Change your physiology and your psychology will inevitably follow. I'm going to leave you with this provocative question to carry into your day. What parts of your life might you finally see if you stop staring narrowly at your problems and open your peripheral awareness? I challenge you to apply Hakalao the very next time you feel stressed. Step out of the box, widen your vision, and see just how much better life can be. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.